UA, we've got a dying chance. We won! We won! We won! So, that happened. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are the latest additions into the Pokemon gaming franchise. These games have been presenting itself as a faithful remake of the original games on the Nintendo DS, which a lot of us fell in love with when we were younger. There was a lot of hype behind this game a long time before it even came out, and a very mixed reception of it between the announcement and the release. Everyone was basically riding the development train together, with this being our first sneak peek, and this being our last sneak peek before we can get our hands on the game. So, with all this anticipation, how does the game hold up? My experience with the game. Before I get into all the good about the game and some of the bad things as well, I want to talk about what my experience of the game was. This game was the first time I ever streamed myself during a playthrough of a game. I don't even consider myself a gamer, but I guess some people would in their books. But streaming definitely changed my experience of the game as compared to other times I played different Pokemon games. I wouldn't say I was hindered, but I definitely did feel a lack of freedom. I constantly felt the need to provide some sort of an insight to an audience, kept feeling like I had to exaggerate my reaction so people understand I achieved something big, and overall, I felt like I needed to go through the game as conveniently and quickly as possible. I completely skipped over Route 212, didn't spend a single second in the Great Marsh, didn't even go under that cycling path bridge where you can catch a Gibble. And the biggest one, I didn't go to Pal Park in Hot Home City. I set up my streams in a way where I schedule when I play, see if anyone joins the stream and whatnot. I usually just pick up the controller and start playing with little to no schedule commitments, which honestly allows for me to make mistakes in peace. But on the contrary, when I watch over these streams, especially the highlight videos, I have so much fun seeing what happens and my reactions to things, not to mention the chat. The chat is usually amazing. I appreciate everyone who live chats and keeps me company. So although streaming did take away a lot from the game for me, it also showed me that I can enjoy my own personality when I play games. What was good about the game? The first thing that I think that was great about the game was its aesthetics. The scenery, the colors, those blurred edges. Those are all a major part into what made this game such an eye candy. Just go to the lakes and Floroma Town's flower patch, preferably at dawn, or twilight, whichever one you prefer. And as good as the overworld is, when you go into battles, certain sceneries just left me in awe. When I took a step back and looked at the screen, I was captivated. The story was also great. As much as I do want Pokemon games to have a different and deeper storyline, the biggest reason I go back every time is because it's a comfort spot for me. What's the story? You venture off to collect 8 badges, beat an evil corporation and face a legendary Pokemon while doing so, then you challenge the Pokemon League to be the best trainer in the region. Simple. Next to that, I'm glad they made the main battle so difficult. An expectation I had was Lucian and Cynthia to be difficult. This game went a lot further than that. I know it may vary from player to player, but I almost lost to Gardenia. I lost to Maylene 4 times, then promoted myself to Mr. Luke because I didn't want to feel like I died alone again. Lost to Elite 4 member Bertha once, and quite frankly struggled against the rest, before losing to Cynthia twice. That experience was honestly exhilarating. I knew what my goals were for the game, but that didn't mean they'd come easy. Coming out of Pokemon Shield, one of my biggest complaints were that I thought Leon was way too easy and I beat him in one go. In fact, I was boasting about how I'm not going to lose a battle until I get to Cynthia in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And I also want to bring up the EXP share. People thought the forced EXP share was a problem, and I thought that too for a while, but in this new game, it showed us that it's clearly not. I feel this game took extra care when it came to the EXP share, because all of the Pokemon have been getting perfect EXP depending on if they battled and what their levels are. And on top of that, it took away a lot of unnecessary grinding. Because imagine you had to face Cynthia and pretty much the entire Elite Four without having that EXP share. No one would enjoy the game. Also, gotta put this out here, The gym leaders look fantastic.
Fantina, you're so beautiful.
These games have a lot of great qualities about them. It must have taken them a lot of time, care, and consideration for it to turn out like that. What didn't I enjoy about the games? The first thing that I'm going to point out coincides with the first thing that I said that I liked about the games. The world felt really empty to me. Everywhere you go, it's just a whole lot of nothing. NPCs are just standing there, pacing along a predictable and predetermined path. As annoying as the Ninja Boys were, at least we got something unexpected from them. If you go back to every one of the previous Pokemon games on Switch, the world is absolutely filled. There are Pokemon absolutely everywhere, and although predetermined, NPCs take along pathways and you have no idea when you'll bump into them. In Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Route 217 was pretty much the only place where I felt the excitement of a hustling and bustling ecosystem, and that's simply because it was hailing there. Along with the blandness of the overworld, character customization has returned with the absolute worst choices for clothing. In Pokemon Shield, I felt as though I can express myself and feel connected to the characters on the screen. In Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, the options are so limited. The default seems to be the only one that I tolerate. I don't even want to spend my fake Pokemon money on the clothes in the game. It's just disappointing to lose the ability to express myself. Now, the last thing I want to say may come out as a bit of a hot take, but I didn't think the music in this game is all that. The only track that I think is top tier is the Lake theme. And I had the same reaction to the Lake theme in the original games. All the rest of the themes are pretty lackluster. 217 and Snow Point City were the only other ones that I vibed with really well. I'm not going to go into this too much. I don't have a big grasp on music theory, but I do have an opinion about it. I might do a whole separate video on the music, so I'll just leave that for another time. Now, as you can tell, this game isn't perfect, but do the flaws outshine the good things in the game? No. This is a great game. Every game has flaws, and every game has things it can work on. And Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl definitely have a few things they can work on, but overall, the story is great. Overall, I was immersed into the world so deeply. I wanted to explore every aspect. I want to catch every Pokemon. I want to have more storylines that I can complete. I don't feel like I'm finished with the game, and I want more. When I beat the Elite Four and when I beat Cynthia, it felt like such a big accomplishment because I had to work to get there. I had to make my team stronger. I had to have a strategy. I had to make sure everything falls into place. And in all honesty, I had to break my own rules to make sure I got what I want. You won't get a game like this often. Sure, people joke around that every Pokemon game are the same, but every Pokemon game has a level of playability with what it can do. This game is definitely going to be up there, and this game is definitely going to be something I'll be revisiting a lot. Okay, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.